Hello and welcome to Divine Unisouls 11. I am in the flow and feeling like I'm in the flow and in the know about the divine masculine energies. I would say, as far as divine masculine energies, as far as their actions in the 3D, what they want to do, how they want to kind of go ahead and prepare. This could be in the female or in the male. Those ones would preferably be the ones that, again, that's kind of outside of the connection, that's kind of like undecided, if you want to call it the runner, those things of that nature. I also like to draw you to go and look at the actions that collectively that source wants us to understand in these energies that we have now collectively, what we need to deal with and what we need to heal and kind of move in order for us to truly have victory and to move into our queen energies, because that was some good stuff. I know a lot of times in my channel, a lot of you all like to go directly to the thing, and I even listened. I had, like I said before, a recommendation that came up about the divine masculine and his best friend, and I was like, oh my God, if it doesn't sound like you really are talking to that person. And this came to me and I had the epiphany, like, you know, you really do tap into what's actually going on in the 3D with your person. And that is, again, like I was talking to my bestie, you know, where your niche and where your gift is. Because again, I am an energy empath. I can read the energies. I can feel it even walking into a room. And that, again, the divine masculine energies, rather as a female or male, I can read into the actions that they are going to take or not going to take, or what they're thinking about. Any type of actions, I'm sensitive and I can be able to pick up on that, either in a female or male, whatever way you want to resonate, or whatever gender or pronoun that you claim. And so I want to kind of tap into that, because it cracked me up when I watched that one. I was like, oh my God. I was talking to the best friend. I can see my mannerisms and everything change. And so I want to tap in. So if you happen to see this, welcome. Thank you for being on Divine Unisouls. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for whatever you feel moved to do, like or not to like, or whatever it is like that. That's on you. However, again, it is helpful that, again, that you do hit like, or that lets people know I'm on here, and it also helps to move it through the timeline. If you say, oh, this is good stuff, other people need to hear it, then go ahead and hit the like button on there, and then subscribe, so whenever Spirit works with me and uses me a channel, say you need to go on there. I'm not the type of reader that I'm going on here all the time just to crank. I come on here when I feel that is of value and it's something that you need to hear, and you need to hear the truth at that time, or what's going on as far as the energies too as well. My nose is itchy, so that lets you know that this is something really truly connecting of the heart with me when it comes to this. So I'm not that type of reader that I'm cranking out every minute, and I've had to grow to that point to understand that that's not in your wheelhouse. We have time when I have free time to do that, and I can, and I'm not pulled in certain streams. I'm on here, so you have me. So today you have me again, and so I'll just release all of the little videos that I have, so you can be able to real. So we're at the 2-2 portal as well, so we got a lot of mastery, building, unity coming together in this portal. So let's talk about the divine masculine, because you know I can talk, but I like to give intros too as well. I'm just not just on here. I care, and so if I care about you, you're gonna hear me talk to you. Okay, and so then let's look into the energies and see the overall energies for the divine masculine. Divine masculine energies is about, again, what they're doing in the world, the actions that they're thinking about taking, clear, how they're moving things, manifesting things, those sort. So we got the yin and yang in reverse. So the divine masculine energies, rather in the female and the male, is really trying to balance things out. Okay, and really have both the energies and really truly trying to master again. This is called the divine feminine energies. It's about that state of being, really truly going with the flow. I feel if I tap into the energies, what it is, I feel like one masculine saying, yeah, I'm trying to go on the flow with what's the situation that I'm in. I kind of got an idea, like I said in the other one, what needs to happen and what I want to actually see happen. But at the same time, I'm trying to see how I can marry both of these things together, about the actions that I know that I need to take, and me letting the universe kind of flow me there in the way. What I would say is, and I'm kind of getting like other pulled in different directions, is the issue that I believe that the ones that are called the lighthouses, because for me, I don't call you runners. I don't call them runners. I call them explorers. They just want to explore. I want to explore life and get the experience. Like I said in the other one, I did a past life regression session, and one of their higher selves, their guide, stepped in and told me that it's not about for you no twin flame journey. You didn't sign up for that in this life. You signed up to get experience. Okay, so you might find yourself moving from this job to this job because you want to get the experience. Today you might be a counselor. Tomorrow you might sign up to be a fireman. You want to get that experience, that knowledge, so you can build like a library within yourself and help you to know who you are. Same thing with the divine masculine energies. Right now, it's about experience where they are. And again, that's going to help to build. It's going to help to build that balance too, as well. And so, with the divine masculine energies, helping them to marry both of them to be in the flow, and us saying, when we look at it, it's like, okay, you're trying to get these experiences, and you're exploring, which is again one who wants to get all the experiences by exploring this relationship or this connection and this. But at the same time, it's like, what are you gathering? Are you really truly gathering? Or has it gotten to the point that you are just really truly comfortable? Because I think for some of them, they didn't got so much of some of the divine masculine energies. They said the gig is up. Your contract is up, almost like Brady, the football player. He knew at the beginning it was time for him to go ahead and to retire, but he decided to go back into it again. And some within him say it's not over. He had to, like I tell some friends, sometimes you got to go into experiences, a relationship, to the point that you have exhausted all resources and all desires and wants to stay in that relationship. This is where, again, I feel like for some divine masculines, this is where they are, where they say, I just feel like I got to just exhaust it until it's just like, I don't want it anymore. I always think about what I talk about my dad and that Kleenex. And I told you, he was folded so many daggone times. I'm like, dude, it's over for the Kleenex. Don't grab no more. Don't blow your nose no more. Pick up the little running of the nose on that. It's over. We can't do with that anymore. And so that's the same thing. The spirit. Some of them again is like, again, the spirit, the energy is get off the pot. Either piss on it or get off the pot. Some of them is still kind of like just sitting there. They're comfortable. They're scared, but at the same time, they know I want to go. I've been in this experience too long as an explorer, and some of them it's time for divine. It's saying it's time for you to come back home. It's time to go back to the lighthouse and to get back with home base. And now it's time for you to really learn how to do that, because staying out there where you feel is comfortable is not where the growth is. It's stagnation in that. They will find out, some of them that want to kind of stay into it, they will find out they will be transformed in their space, but it'll be in a different kind of way that it might take a little longer than them going ahead and pushing past their fear. And like the saying say, push past your fear to go as specifically as to where you need to be. Because a lot of times when you push past fear, that is where your greatness is. This is, again, they're trying to find the balance between the yin and the yang. These energies about my state of being and truly what it is to be and not to work. It's the difference between, I'm picking up this too again, between them saying, I'm just going to be and let it flow, or is it just of procrastination? Because some of it is suspect. It's like, are you procrastinating the next step, Or are you just really saying, like, you know, I'm really allowing the universe to tell me what the next step is actually going to be? That's a whole different type of energy. Is still waiting, or I'm pressing pause, or being in that hangman energy. But again, there's got to be some kind of action. You know, the hangman is different, like I showed in the card, where they're actually doing something. So moving on. So right now, the overall energies for the divine masculine energies is a balancing act. Some of them, to me, the balancing act is juggling between, do I want to get with this or do I want to get with that? Because if I get with this, and because that is where it's at. We got that song going back and forth with the divine masculine. Let me tap into see what's happening in the 3D actually with this masculine, the masculine collectively, because I could tap it to one clear. So just give me an overall theme of what that would be for them. The actions is knowing, leaving, and the thing is children. Okay, this could go two different ways. The action is they know is leaving, but some of them, again, children is involved. Now, this children involved goes several ways. Children involved mean actual physical children are involved. These children also could be either a catalyst or a means of an excuse to stay. The children, if there's no physical children involved, these children are opportunities. Either a new opportunity has arose and that's a cause for them to go, or they feel that there's opportunities for them to stay into where they are because they believe in their mindset there's a lot of opportunities here. Okay, but again, interesting, although it's there, it still say the action is to leave. So again, like I said, something about that, when I said that, it resonated for me about this stagnation. If you stay there, your energy will stagnate. And I'm seeing something like this showing me like an airplane going around, and it's going put, and it's going around in circles. And it's like one wing, and it's just hopping around and going around in circles. Okay, so what about these children? Let me see, can I get it clarified with this? What about these children or these opportunities? Okay, the children is affection. I think so emotionally, they feel the affection, the flow for it, rather it's the children that there's in the actual relationship that they have or where they are, or is the children as far as the new opportunities that it is, there's a heart flow in that as far as affection, believing in that this kind of brings a lot of heart activity into it. These children are a catalyst. They are ones that's going to push them and pull them into where they need to actually go. So rather, if it's children there and they might say something to them to act as a catalyst, like, Daddy, I don't know why you're still here, because you really don't like Mommy. You know how kids are. Kids are very no filter, real truthful, or and you like, I didn't even know they were even watching me like that. This is where I feel like they're going to pull them into where they are. Now, you could go in another one. I got the fork in the road. Is that the children are pulling on their heartstrings, too, because I see a pull there. So it could be pulled into several different directions. He feels that, again, the divine masculine feels like, again, is this sense of home that's being pretty much these children are providing for the divine masculine energies. And this is, again, this sense of home. This home is being questioned. I accept happiness as my birthright. That is true. And I get little notifications on that. So again, in this knowing that the home, happiness is my birthright, this is being questioned right now by the divine masculine energies. And I believe that the higher self is kind of moving in, and I've seen some evidence that has shown me that, again, that a lot of them, again, before last year, they weren't able to drop down. I remember Sean telling me about that for Virginia, our divine masculine that we usually have on playground, and he's been on this channel too as well, is saying, you know, some of them, they're not able to drop down because they're scared about the situation. Some of them feel safe enough to say, okay, the conditions is good, I could come in and sit in the seat of the soul and take over the driver's seat. Now, I had a psychic tell me about that too. She's like, you just got to keep on telling them to get your higher self to drop down into the seat and to take over the car, because he's driving it now and don't know where the hell he going. It's like, you need the higher self to take over. Higher selves has dropped in, and the awakening of the heart chakra, or some of the usage of the third eye, they just don't know what to do with it. It's like them having a car and don't know what to do with that Maserati or how to drive that Porsche, like in Pretty Woman. He's like, I don't know, should I move over? Let me do it. So again, this is where it is. They believe it's home, and this is what is kind of messing up the signals. Like, yeah, the children make me feel home, but I know that this isn't really home. Okay, this is not the lighthouse. This is me still floating out there, still exploring, and this is where we got to get to a sense of home. They feel very much for the children. This is what they make it vulnerable. I'm picking up and they're telling me the saying Achilles heel. These children are a Achilles heel. This, if they don't have children, these opportunities that they believe that might be presented by them staying in the place that they are, person, place, or thing that might present it to them, it makes them vulnerable, and they feel like I can't really make any kind of type of actions because of this possibility of this new opportunity that I feel that might be presented by staying there. I'm belching, so it means something's got to be released. There is in their thinking, there's some obsessive thinking too about it. It's like they're obsessively thinking about it. But the children. And they're coming up with 55 different scenarios that are really just paper tigers and not really understanding that. If you were like me as a teacher and you have talked and sat down and talked to these kids now have more of a better sense of reality, of what ain't working, what's not working, what's unfair. They have a more filter and better thing of a sense of injustice now than we did back then, because I think more so maybe because of the fairy tales and the Mother Goose and all that extra kind of stuff that had been kind of introduced to us, that it kind of made our reality a little fuzzy. Several things that have kind of happened with children these days that made them less on that kind of a fairy tale, or less being of what the truth is. We got a lot of things, trauma, things happening in the world, COVID, those things. Their reality has kind of like shocked them into reality much faster than we have. It's a little bit less on the fantasy island that we kind of lived as we had grown up. More excessive. So what I'm saying is that if you hit the children with the truth here, some of them will be saying, I was waiting for you to talk to me, Daddy, about it. You know, I've even known from my bestie in some of the conversation that I've heard as well, that letting me know that, you know, these children, no matter how young they are, they're wiser beyond their years. I can even look at my furry kids and see that there's some things of them resonating, and they can put 2 and 2 together and come up with 4. And maybe back then, our time and generation, I can see the upgrading of the different models of children. Still weak, each one that's in the Bible, weak but wiser. There's still some weaknesses that's a little bit more weaker than when we were in as children, but we can see that how they're much wiser in equating things as far as the reality. It's a better word out there, but whatever. Or I said flying geese about that. So that's where they are in the 3D. It's these children and these opportunities that they so-called believe that what they are is presenting that's causing an issue. So when we look at, as far as in the love, what is the universe, or what is source see, them dealing with as far as their connections or dealing with matters of the heart for the divine masculine energies, we see what is it? Okay, I knew this going to slide this little cell phone down. Okay, I'll use that as another way. So in the heart, the matters of the heart is, for the divine masculine, is finances and career. Financial issues are factor in your love life. Yes, well, okay, if he feels like, again, if they're in a relationship and this is matters of divorce or child support or whatever, alimony or whatever like that, yes, that's going to be issue. That's going to be on the divine masculine's mind. That's the heart of a matter. For that one, you know, how am I going to be able to do this? How is the divine feminine energies within me is going to be able to just go with the flow, knowing that these issues, these pressing issues are around. From some of the divine masculines, and I know I've heard that before, the universe is asking them that even when they finish and go through this, whatever it is, they choose to go ahead and make the next step of really moving into the energies of letting the situation go. They're being pushed to change careers anyway, because financially, you know, some of the things, again, that spirit wants the divine masculine energies to do, it wants to help them kind of pull away from a lot of the distractions and, again, and just concentrate on whatever the mission and the job that they have. So some of them, again, financially, is going to push them up into that upper echelon so they can be able to do the job without them worrying about the other stuff. For some of them. Some of them, I'm getting pushed as a fork in the road. It's like, yeah, if you're not listening to where divine wants you to push, some of the natural thing is again, that I would say, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. That's but my new thing is that, again, the job is going to be taken away because you need kind of like a tire moment of a shock to really push you into where you need to kind of start going with that. And so some of them is going to be lost either way it go. You go on ahead and follow the spirit, it's going to do something with the job. And if you stay in it, again, it's going to do something with the job for some of them. That's what it's calling for the divine masculine energy to do that. The divine masculine energies here too is, yes, this is your soulmate. Again, the divine masculine is getting clues. I was listening to a reader today, and they were saying that the spirit was, again, pushing and doing divine intervention by, like, everything and every place they go. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I don't get no privacy. So it seems like in some ways, like, the spirit is going to be putting up reminders, like, everywhere I go, I see her, you know, or everywhere I go, I see him. There's going to be reminders, and that's going to help with this perpetually of this obsessive thinking. Like, you know, I'm thinking about the children, but I'm thinking about her. I'm thinking about the children, but I'm thinking about him, you know. That's another thing. So moving into this energies and saying, yes, this is your soulmate. Really, truly seeing and defining that, again, the thing soulmate means to me, what really matches in your soul. Yes, this matches with my soul. It's finding to be able to say a hellified yes to the things that truly are connected with you and truly do belong to you, and not something that either your friends or your family or the material world or the world is saying that, yes, you should be wanting that. Yes, you should, or the Joneses, because the Joneses have it, so I should want to have it. Big total difference about that. The next thing is, again, separation. Okay, so the matters of the heart right now is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. They feel it. Now I get a fork in the road with this too. Time and again, and the parting of the ways is on the horizon. Time and separation from your partner can also mean, again, there's going to be some separation. Now, we can do this separation several ways, and I feel like a person like I don't know why I feel like a mobster, and I want to kind of push up my sleeves and say, okay, we can do this one or two ways. We can do it with you, crack, 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 crack. Either you coming with us, we're going to drag you through it, or you can put stars like, no, I'm not moving, I'm leaving, I'm staying right here. So separation could be, again, if you that want to say, no, I'm staying right where I am. I'm happy where I am. I'm going to stay here for the children. Da, 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 da. So again, there's new opportunities here. I feel it. I think this is it. Okay, so there'll be a separation again from you, from the divine feminine. Or it could go, again, Spirit said, no, the boss, source, here said, you've got to come. Your time is up now. We're going to start finding ways to, again, to dissolve where you are. Things that start happening around the divine masculine energies that they don't even know. Surprise endings, surprise pop-ups, people or whatever like that. And then it's like, okay, now you see the boss ain't playing. It's time for you to go. Okay, so that's another thing. So separation is on the horizon for that too as well. Or they decide on its own, you know what, I done seen the signs, like say, have you seen her? Baby, have you seen her? So you're seeing it everywhere, and it's like, okay, I can't take it no more. You're right. I'm seeing her. I feel in my heart. I feel in my essence. Everything I do, I feel like, again, we're like together. We're blending. Our souls are becoming one. We're integrating. I can feel her in me. So again, that is going to be a separation too. Like I got to do something and separate. So the matters of the heart, they know that. Some of the divine masculine energies are in it because of sense of duty. The divine masculine feels energies within this person that I'm supposed to be here. Like if they took a vow, this is my duty. I'm supposed to be here for the children and for her. Some of them is sense of duty because they just been trained that way growing up. Some of them just, again, is to be a man or to be a woman. If I'm a mother, it's my job to be here for the kids, and I'm just gonna stay in it for the family. That's my duty. For the masculine, it's my duty. I decided to marry. I'm a father here, or I adopted these kids that she has, and I told them that they of my own. It's my duty to stay here. So I put my feelings and how I feel about things, and I put it on the back burner because I want to make sure that they thrive and they don't have to survive, or they have to deal with the heartache of a decision that I'm making because of me saying I want to love somebody else, or I want to go after my true happiness. I'm just going to put it on the back burner. However, some of these masculines here, what I'm drawn to on this card here too, is the divine, this female is pulling on them and is playing the damsel in distress, and they're pretty much overplaying that, or the situation that they feel that they're in, rather it's a job or something, and they know it needs to separate, and they feel like this job has some opportunities, but this job too as well is playing the damsel in distress because it's acting as if it needs them. Like, we don't have no other person that could do the job like you. You do it so flawless. Like, you do the job of one person or three people in just one person. We need you. And you come in there and you're like, yeah, but my heart ain't in it. I'm so tired of this. I want to go off and open up my beauty salon, but here I am being a teacher, or whatever it is like that. I'm just making that. I don't want to open up no beauty salon, but anyway, I'm just saying as an example. It's like, but I really, in my heart of hearts, want to go after this dream and open up my own spiritual spa, and this is nice, although I can. This is nice, although I can, be a real good boss here. But this is not where I truly want to be. I don't feel this is where my gifts, my talents, and abilities should be used or utilized. So this again is where the divine masculine energies is feeling like they have to separate. What they're thinking about is this. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Clear. What is divine masculine energies collectively thinking about? Thank you. So, bottom of the deck, it's time to go. I know that This to me, every time I see this, remind me it's time to go, but it's also to follow the divine feminine energies, and that could be in the 3D and in within himself, of just going with the flow and knowing it's time to go and setting forth that intentions and let it lead the path as to what's the route and how to be able to go to opening up those new doorways of opportunity as well. Again, the soulmate here is card is coming here again. Knowing that again in his thinking, he knows that it's somebody out there that knows how to really truly unlock his heart, and they have the key, and vice versa, and he has the key in the heart to open up them too as well. We know that again when we talk about penguins mate for life. They're with that mate for life. They don't go off and see. They want somebody who is really truly honest, and they know that it's really truly meant for them, and that is it. Where they are right now, there's a question of loyalty. There's a question like, these ain't loyal. Where they at, is that being played. There is also the communication there. It's a problem what they really want to communicate, but there's a problem in being able to communicate in fruition about what they want to do, the steps they need to take, and communicating, hey, this ain't working. This here is really what's on their mind, what they're thinking. They also know that, again, they got to move into the energies, the truth be told. This came in reverse, which means moving into it. Understanding and getting to the seat of the soul, need to get more wiser about it. Understanding that, again, that the mask, they've been emotionally masking themselves. They have been putting on a false mask on everything. Deceit. I know I did pull some cards for myself, and I was like, deceit. It's been a lot of deceit, a lot of lying to oneself about what they feel emotionally, a lot of lying to others about where they are emotionally, letting these, I'm seeing these here as what things need to kind of fall away, how we can get into the flow about love too. So they understand that they need to tell their truth. I just said about that beforehand, that my throat was having a problem, an issue there, expressing. Understanding that they need to breathe. It's like, again, waiting to exhale is one thing, but then again, to breathe in new life is another thing. To be able to breathe is to also elevate into ascend and go into the next level too as well. They need to, again, I'm still being drawn back to that statement, breathe new life. This is something that, again, into this situation, I keep on saying that is stagnated. It's stagnant air in the situation where they are. And they need to, they feel like they got to take great care, but they got to understand that they got to take in brand new air, more new oxygen into this as well. Just breathe. And to me, again, that means stop what you're doing and just breathe, because otherwise, up here at the top, it said obsession, which lets me know there's been a lot of thinking, taking the breath, meditating, really meditating and resonating with the frequency or the energies that you want to be in, or the dimensions that you, or the timeline that you really want to go. Again, breathing helps you to recalibrate. Breathing helps you to really realign yourself with really helping and clearing up your state of mind and your frame, so you can be able to really truly hear the answers that you seek, and knowing which way you need to actually go to as well. Because the next card here, and I'm going to put it in here, is understanding that all that glitters isn't gold. The options or the opportunities that this divine masculine energies collectively believe that is being presented into where they are is not really, it's glitter, it's fast, instant gratification, very good, and manifestation of some of the things. But again, to me, I'm looking at it and it's like a person I manifested in some kind of way, it just breaks down, just like what I was seeing on Black Adam, and when the spirit was gone, and the one I forgot, the Pierce Brosnan was playing a role in the when he killed him, he just disintegrated, and the mass just disintegrated once the essence of it was gone. It's like, to me, again, it's there, but if you hold on to it a little while longer, you'll start to see that it's going to crumble and go apart. This is where it's saying again about the stagnation and things being there too long, that it's gonna happen. It reminds me, I tell the story and I embarrass myself. One time I had on the outfit, and I think we had to wear like 70s day, and I had these bad velvet green platform shoes. And I had worn them for years, but after a while I started to kind of stop. I got other shoes. I'm a little shoe aholic. Got a whole bunch of shoes, and so I had let them go for a while because, again, we went into COVID, where we were in for 3 years, and I wasn't really wearing them as much as it was because most of the time, it was remote. For us teachers, and all I do is put house shoes or gym shoes, come on down, teach, and then that was it. So one day I was like, oh, okay, we got the 70s thing. I'm gonna wear these platform shoes, and they were doing fine. I seen a little tear here and there. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to just be very careful. I think I put some glue or something to put it back on there because I was like, it's just one spot. I kid you not. I get to work, my day starts at 8. By 11 o'clock, those shoes, the green, whatever they had put on the outside of them platform shoes, started to peel off of the shoe. Thank God I live not too far from my job. I ended up running home at lunchtime. I kept on sitting underneath the desk, kind of hiding it. It was just peeling and falling, peeling and falling. Each time I walk, it would peel and fall to, one part of it, I think I had put some tape or something underneath it. It was just gone. The little whatever covering they put on there. And I was like, oh my God, this is the same thing that the divine masculine energies are going to find themselves doing, whereas every little step they take, like Bob Brown said, every little step I take, it's going to start disintegrating. It's just going to start falling apart the more they stay into it than what it is. Now, I'm getting the fork in the road. The cycle. Some of them is going to fall apart, and they might have to find themselves recycling again until they could kind of bring all the pieces back again for this to go in the direction that they have. It's not going to be easy, if they will it and they kind of sell it in a certain way to say, you know what, no, I really feel where I'm at is where I'm needed. I'll sacrifice myself. I've seen that with my mother. It still don't end up pretty. During it, at the end of it, it kind of unravels itself, but you didn't kind of not like a prisoner of war, but you'll have so many kind of beat ups of you staying in something a little too long that you're going to pay the price for it in some form or fashion, whether it's health wise, mental wise, emotional wise. It's going to pay. It's going to show. The wear and tear is going to appear. And so that's why I was saying with the divine masculine energies, again, spirit is allowing you. Speaking of opportunities, yes, you feel it, but the opportunities that is being presented to you is an out of this situation. And understanding, again, like I said, back to the children, that children are resilient. I've said that before. They will understand. If you have that conversation and you become very truthful, very vulnerable, and not try to candy coat it or sugar coat it or make it more than what it is, if your truth is truth. Again, I still state that. If you show children love, you be honest and upfront with them, you still try your best to show that I'm going to be here no matter what. You make sure that you show up for them, they will understand that too as well, and they will respect that, and they will be able to transition and move into that energy of, okay, you're being a great role model. You're showing them again that, hey, when things get other than myself, and seeing that and saying I stayed in it, things ain't going right, but I stay in it, and then when you get a relationship of your own, you're doing the same thing that you're seeing your parents do, and you don't know how to get out of it because your parents ain't never showed you how to get out of stuff when you're not happy. So that's the same thing again. You have to show them that so that when they get into relationships or something like that, hey, I had to be with dad. I had to be brave, or I have to be like mom. I have to be brave and show that again, that when things are not, and you're not happy and your heart is not in it, that when those things in the opening present themselves, to go ahead and to go with that, to go move into your divine feminine energies and go with the flow of when the energies are now dissolving themselves and now again disintegrating, and you feel like again the energies is like it's dead here. It's no more reviving to the situation. That you go with the flow and you find ways to align with your intentionality and say, okay, God or source or whatever, I feel like this is over. Guide me as to my next step, as to what I need to do. I have a new thing here now that I've been saying to myself, which is I am the man on YouTube had given me an idea. Okay, thank you. I don't want to hold on a second. Had given me an idea. He's like, I've divorced 3 times, and I said, oh Lord, what are you talking about? He said, I divorced I divorced fear. I divorced my self-image, and I have divorced self-limited beliefs. And so that's again that you're finding yourself that again, when you talk about opportunities, you need to ask yourself, am I staying in there for fear? Well, then it's time for me to divorce. If I understand, which is, yeah, you say, I'm scared about the kids and how they're going to end up, that's fear. The image, how my children going to view me. You got to divorce that too as well. The self-image, you can build that by your actions. That can be rebuilt. Again, self-imposed, self-limiting beliefs that, yeah, if I do this, X, Y, and Z will happen. You know, you have to divorce that too as well. What Spirit wants you to, the divine masculine energies collectively, to move into is the understanding of got Saturn, paranoia, self-sabotage ideas, victory at all costs, family issues, identity crisis, and false identity. Okay, and that's what I felt on this one. So right now that this divine masculine energies collectively had this paranoia about what's going on. If I do this, this is going to happen. If I divorce them, they're going to come after my money. If I divorce the mother, or I get divorced the family, the kids are going to hate me. If I divorce, I'm going to end up with no money. She's going to come after me for all I got. If I divorce this, you know, all these kind of things. I leave a job, where am I going to end up being? Because this is where I believe all my bread and butter, my opportunities lie. All of these things are coming in the mindset of the divine masculine energies. Some of them, because of this thinking, or this excessive thinking here, is sabotaging them to go ahead and go into the divine or the new opportunity that the universe is actually trying to show them. We got 17, which is again unity, a movement, really of things. That's union, really union coming together. Victory of all at all costs. It's like, again, going back to them. I want to stay with the children because, again, I want them to thrive. Put my happiness on the back burner. It's all about them. So again, you're going to make sure that you have victory at all costs when it comes to the children. Forget about the cost that it is for you to stay in there and not to be following your heart. The family issues that they have about this here. Some of them, the divine masculine energies, are in it because, again, they feel that the family is a big issue. Not just the family that they have, but the family on the outside, maybe the in-laws. Those things are like that. Also pressuring them to stay into it. I feel like I've heard that before too, that the divine masculine energies are very, one of the in-laws is very know that they kind of favor them, they really like them. That reminds me on Family Feud, they were asked about how can you get in on with the in-laws or the mother-in-law. That's one thing. They see that they have so many with the in-law, they see in them so many opportunities that their son or daughter can have with them being together as well, and that's keeping it going on. It's all about this opportunity. It's staying in it to them is speaking to the opportunities within them. And that's not really so. It's causing them to have an identity crisis too as well. Do I want to just say forget it and about the journey and not being divine or being great and just say I just settle for mediocre and just stay where I'm at? And maybe find some kind of way to be divine with it, with the children as being this role of father, but I'm not really stepping into my divineness or my greatness. I'm just putting it in a hole. I just find another way to circumvent and be that. Identity crisis about, about me truly being in love or having a love of my own. There's an identity crisis about that. Who am I? Am I really listening to the desires of my heart as well? So that's causing a problem too. And it's just a false identity. It's like, again, what are you identifying with? Like, again, everything that glitters is not gold. You're saying there's opportunities in this job, but you're ready to go. You say there's opportunities in this marriage or this relationship in it, but you're ready to go. So there's identity crisis here that's going on. And that's why he's saying about them trying to really, truly balance. This is what Spirit is seeing. The Eros, Cupid, really Divine wants them to really move into true, hot, passionate love. Like really the love that it knows that it came here on earth to seek and to have and to live and to really interact with and connect with. This is it. This has been the desire. Spirit wants it to understand that it's got to kind of go back into that. Saturn is about that hard taskmaster too. And to me, when I look at this, what I talked about earlier, it's a lot of lessons, like I said before, that play a role in this. These challenges help shape and mold him. And once the divine masculine energies gets into this awareness of, hey, this is what's happening to me. I'm paranoid. I'm self-sabotaging. I'm trying to get victory at all costs because, again, I'm looking at how other people look at me. I'm putting up this facade. That's a victory at all costs too. On Facebook with my friends, like I'm the hero. I got all the money. I'm saving everybody. But behind closed doors, it's like I'm saying, who's saving me? I ain't got the money like that, but they think that I do. But again, I want the victory at all costs. Family issues that they have, and some of them the children ain't really loving them, and I guess they figure it's well, I'm picking this up, that if they stay in there long enough, maybe they'll learn to within time love them. But sometimes some kids just come in and just like, I don't like you, even if the kids are yours or not yours. You got to watch that too. There's no bind of love if it's not there. That might not be your I'm picking this up. That might not be your lesson for them to learn from you. You might not be the right teacher for them. And you keep on pushing and pushing and making sure that happens. And you might not be the teacher. You might not be the one that's really supposed to. It might be a man after you. You might have been the catalyst to get things started, but you're not the ones that's going to be carrying through and really to heal and shift that person. As well, and you keep on, like I'm looking at this mountain, keep on pushing your head and knock your head against it and say you're going to do it. And I've been in positions like that. You end up hurting yourself more so in the process than the other person. That just came to me. Okay, so again, the identity crisis too that you might be having in there again is like, okay, am I a good father? Am I meant to be a father in this or a lover in this too as well? And this causes the breakdown, the tower moment for you to really start taking that introspective look and become more self-aware of some things that you're doing, and you will become able to divorce. This one, again, I told you, and it's been saying all this, and say what you need to say what you need to say. And to me, it's speaking. They want them to speak their truth. Speak to the children. Speak to the lover. Speak to the boss. Speak to the job. Speak to whatever situation that is causing them to be in this bondage. That's causing them not to be in this balance energy. that they're trying to find balance because of these new opportunities that they have. They say they need them to kind of speak up at this moment. Okay. All right there. So now let's look and see about what is some advice. I always like to say about the advice. So what is the advice that their higher self said? We was talking about the higher self jumping into the driver's seat and seeing what is it that, again, that their higher self wants them to do. And if I need help, I'll go into the book to see. So they want free falling interest. This is the number 50. 50 means, again, that take that fool's journey, take that fool's leap into what it is. Free fall means I just let go and just let the chips land where they go, where they fall. I set the intentions. I move into my divine feminine energies, which is a state of being and understanding to get into the flow. And to get in the flow is to get into the know, using and relying on your intuition and your awareness to kind of carry you as the tides ebb and flow. And so this is it. Understanding that right now that they are at a prime time for it all to come abundantly together. Jackpot. They've hit the jackpot. What they have not known is they almost like a lottery winner that sat on that ticket and put it in the drawer, the sock drawer, in them pair of pants, and put it up, and then know they're already a winner. They keep on trying to talk about, well, I'm going to make this investment scheme and do this and do that, and not already know that, again, that you are already divine. Again, you just got to become grounded in that knowing, understanding that no matter what move I make, I'm still going to end up being a winner. You have to kind of come in that mindset. I'm still going to be a winner. If it's for me, it's going to be there for me. If it's for me to have the children, or it's for me to have that connection with the children I want, if that is truly of my birthright, they said, my happiness is my birthright, they will over time adjust to it, or they might adjust to it right away. Someone might say, I'm just waiting for you because I already knew you and mommy don't get along. Okay, so again, the jackpot. To me, jackpot means you already winner, and the divine has already stated that this very thing that you want is divinely yours. Okay, the next thing is nasty knot. To me, when I see that, again, Spirit saying your higher self there is saying that, again, you're all knotted up, you're all twisted. Some of this stuff is, again, self-sabotaging, and the more and more that you think, the more and twisted up and knotted up you get. That's just like, again, when I know, like I had like a chain and I was trying to undo it, and sometimes you get those chains and you try to do it, the more you undo it, the more tangled up you get into it, until you really see how, and sit there and really study. Like, you got to take one chain or one link at a time. Some of them might even still have it hooked, and you're like, you know what, if I unhook it then and release, that's the same thing. Like I said, if you unhook from the situation and deal with one single, although it's one piece, but one at a time, you should be able to undo that. And I know a lot of times in my classroom, my kids ask me to undo their headphones. They got the little thin little earbuds things, and it's cooked and connected. And I have to remind myself there's two separate pieces that are connected to one. And if I take my time and just study just one piece, it'll help me to unravel the other. That's the same thing that I would say also when dealing with getting out the situation. If you just stay your mind on thee or source and just yourself and about what happens, everything else will unconnect and disconnect and unravel themselves. So that's what the nasty knot. They got the number 47 there. It means, again, to be grounded and rooted. And 7, which would mean let spiritual, for your spiritual completion and fold. And you got the number 11 for you to be balanced. The next thing that, again, is their higher self is the number 8, have harmony. And it's saying all in. You got to be 10 toes in, so 10 toes down and in it. All of you in. You can't be part of this and I'm in this. I want separation, but then I'm still part of the family. You got to really truly be invested into your own happiness. And this is what it's saying again. If, again, the happiness leads you to whatever it is, separation from the journey or from the twin or whatever, if that's where your happiness lies, then that's it. And then truly be happy. If, again, your happiness lies in you saying, I can't be here with this person or this situation, then be all in and let your happiness lie in that. And then let the others again alone and concentrate just on you, and let the universe unravel those nasty knots themselves. So that's what the universe is saying there for the divine masculine energies in that situation. What things are going to some life changes that's going to happen once, if they do those and follow through for the divine masculine. I've seen it, and I double flipped it several times. So some of the energies, some of the scenarios are things that changes for the divine masculine collective if they follow through and make those changes like they said. For them is their motivation is going to change, how they're going to, in their solar plexus, how they manifest things, how they are able to connect to things. It's going to be differently because they're really truly looking about them being truly grounded in it, how that's going to help them stand in their power, how that's help them going to make healthy boundaries and put them in their bliss, while everything their heart's desire is going to be in the background. Also with this is also changes that's going to occur is a new exercise program. That means a new way of doing things, the new steps, the new formulas, new strategies. Exercise me. This is what I'm going to be doing daily, all of the time. This is it. If I'm divorcing self-image, that means I'm finding ways to stop myself from thinking about me and how I look and what I do and what I speak and how I interact with things. Stop criticizing myself. That's the things that I have to do. So I might be actively doing things, journaling things, saying positive affirmations to myself, listening to things that are also kind of confirm what I am, or affirm who I am. So that means a new routine and a new way of doing things, because again, we're getting allowing for downloads to kind of guide us and let us know from source what we specifically need to be doing. Also, what's going to change for the divine masculine is a new career. We already seen that earlier. It said that they're going to get a new career. It's a new way of working things, a new job. I got a new attitude, if that's the job for you, and learning how to stay on top of that, because sometimes managing yourself can be a job in itself. Let me tell you. So this here is another thing that they're going to move into. Again, I'm seeing the color brown there, so they understand really at the heart of the matter things got to be eliminated. This job might be one of it, so we can truly get into healthy connections and manifesting things like money the way we want to as well, and move into, again, allowing spirit and awareness to kind of work through us and tell us what our direction, so we could truly be in our heart space. Understanding there's going to be a changing of the mind too. I think that, again, this means it's going to be a changing of their mindset, their ideologies, their philosophies, how they really have an outlook on life too as well. They got to get more grounded, and they're going to find themselves, divine masculines, more grounded and rooted in the very thing that is, again, in alignment with their heart and their mind as well. And I see the color yellow there. So which, again, is going to help them stand in their power. Once the mind is made up, everything else is going to fall in line, and that's going to truly, your intentions and all the steps that you do from that point on is going to help you to stand in your power. Also with this, again, they're going to get some realizations and some epiphanies, like what was their part to do in it, what, again, how can they be able to help their children. Maybe they get a realization that, hey, what I'm thinking and I'm scared about, or having these paper tigers or the big bad wolf in this whole situation really isn't as bad as I think. Or they might get some realizations of how they can be able to deal with it, how they can be able to separate from it, or again, how they can be able to, again, make wherever it is lemons into lemonades. Okay, but this is, again, but this still has got to be, the blue here, it's got to be a transformation in their communication. How are you speaking this into existence? How you speaking to others, letting everybody else know what page we on. I can't be on page 22 and you on page 53. We got to be on the same page. How do people get on the same page or your page or knowing where you are? Is that you got to speak it. You can't leave people where they kind of know where I am. They kind of know how I feel because they see the way I'm acting. No, I really don't understand what's going on with you until you put voice to it. Until you really give me a footnote or you give me captions by you speaking it as to, oh, this is why I'm acting this way. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I really want to happen. Okay. And so the next thing that's going to be feeling again is moving, which interesting enough in that BFF video that I watched, that he told me the recommendation of my own video, that again, the BFF said in there, he's like, oh, he going to be moving regardless. Either he going to move or she going to put him out or whatever, but she gonna move. He gonna move. He or she is gonna move. This is in there, moving from the level that they are, moving from the state of conscious that they are, moving physically from where they are. All of those things are going to be at play with the divine masculine energies here as well. And so what they're gonna have to learn at the end of the day, the divine masculine energies collectively, and so this is a middle of the road thing, is that they have to surrender to what? Spirit says they have to surrender to what? That came out. Whoa. Okay. That's divine and it's over. So don't shuffle no more. So surrender at the bottom of the deck, it says surrender to trust. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. And that's true. I agree with that. And then also it says surrender to wonder and awe. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. That again means getting in touch with your divine feminine energies, thanking God for whatever source, wherever you are on your journey, taking it in, thanking God for the opportunities that you are able to connect with your children, thanking God for the opportunities that you do see, or whatever you're doing on the job, or things that you have in that interaction with. Sitting back and also being in awe in your divine feminine energy, seeing how things are just going in the flow in the direction of where you set the intentions. You say, okay, today I'm really true on this separation. I really want to step into my greatness. I want to step into the love, the greatest love of my life. Being with them physically or whatever like that, and I'm just going to sit and let the universe just apply the steps that it orders for me in order for me to be able to have that or to see that it manifests and be a fruition. Being the one that's in awe of seeing that happening. Just be like childlike again. No doubting, no self-sabotaging, those things. And then it says also the divine masculine energy's got to be surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play as a time of recreation and rejuvenation. We had said that. I think one of these ones, I had said that. It keeps on saying about the breathe. Breathe and play is the same thing. Find things again in that child's play or in that creative imagination, daydreaming and thinking about it. That helps you to also create the new reality and the new dimensions that you want to be in for the divine masculine energies. I think, again, with this situation, is becoming very taxing. Overthinking, obsessiveness is very overwhelming for the divine masculine's brain. And when it gets overwhelmed like that, you start kind of getting into the reptilian, which is the fear, which the next thing is to just shut everything down. We don't want to get into that kind of energies. We want to be able to feel and see and know and become one with the instrument of ourselves to know what's the next steps that we actually need to take in order to get and move into the place in which we want to be in our greatness, to experience greatness of ourselves or whatever this new opportunity, a job that you want to have, or this love that you want to actually experience it, rather it's new love or with the divine one, or whatever it is. If you say, okay, the divine masculine, some of them say, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to make this the greatest that I can out the best out of the situation. Hey, that's on you as well. But know too, but know too, boo-boo, that again, there's no room for you to be able to keep the space and expect at the same time for the divine feminine energies to not listen to the call of going with the flow as to where she feels that it needs to go at that time. And so again, it's an opening of respect. There's an opening of understanding that again, that it's got to be a balance of energies here too. And you need to find in divine masculine energies a balance within you so you can be able to be brand new. Because right now you don't have a clue and you're feeling so sad and blue. But you understand that you got to look out for you too. And that's what's important right now. And I think that the divine masculine energies has got to, again, like I said, concentrate on God, concentrate on source, or concentrate on self, and then let everything else come and attract to you. Because right now, like I said, there needs to be a balancing. And the only way you can rebalance yourself is that you really get in tune with what the heart wants and ignore all of everything else that seems like it's silver and gold, because your soul is calling out for you to really truly identify with what things that actually connects with your soul, divine masculine. All right, that is the end of my reading. Thank you so much for those of you who are subscribed. Again, make sure that you have subscribed so you can be in tune with the new ones. I seen it was 3 subscribers that had new subscribers that had subscribed to the channel. I say thank you so very much to those of you all that have done that. Again, make sure that you do that so you can be in tune with something's in my eye, so they're having a hard time seeing this. Again, and how you can get in the flow, you'll know. But again, make sure that you are hitting the like button so this can be able to go out there to others that might need to hear this as well. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste and Namago. All right, until next time. Mwah, love you.